Hello YouTube, WobbleRocket here. Today we are playing Haru, the Armada of the Astral Void. If you saw my first look video, I've played this game a couple of times since then, got a better handle on the controls, and we've picked up a couple of permanent upgrades. I've sunk a couple of points into focus crystals so we can get some increased damage, a little bit of extra speed, some heat sinks to increase the cooldown between our shots, some duration for some of the additional weapons that we get. It doesn't benefit the pulse cannon that we start off with, but it does benefit a couple of the other weapons that we can pick up. We've also increased the size of our projectiles and the size of our tractor beam a little bit. And finally, we increased the range on our projectiles. So let's get into it. This is an alpha demo which you can download completely for free on Steam at the moment, and it just got an update I believe yesterday, and one of the new additions is every time you run the game you'll actually see a different environment. So the colors of the planets and the asteroids and things like that will be different every time you play. I'm not exactly sure how many different environments are available. Hopefully we'll get some more added in the future. I've found that this is a very, very challenging action roguelite, but it's got a ton of replayability, and these space worms are just super, super cool. I love fighting them. Whoa. And hey, I learned the boost function, so that has gotten a lot easier. But, you know, maybe not boosting into mines. So we unlocked a portable refinery. I'm not actually sure what that does, so maybe we can check that out when we head back to our starbase after we collect a couple of rings. If you are brand new to this game, your first priority is actually going to be not so much fighting the hordes of monsters and fighting the bosses. It'll actually be collecting the blue gems that drop from the triple circle symbols that you'll see scattered throughout the game world. Alright, we're just going to boost through this crowd and try to pick up all of those rings. Sometimes boosting through a big pack is the safest option rather than trying to move slowly through them, and it did not pay off this time because I lost too much health too quickly. But that's okay, we'll try again. We've only got 7 blue gems right now, so we'll need to pick up a couple more of those before we can get anywhere. You do have to be careful around the starbase because you cannot fire if you are within this big circular field that surrounds your starbase. Generally that's not an issue, although I have found that sometimes while kiting a boss or kiting a big pack of enemies, I have found myself accidentally drifting into that nullification field, and that can be a little bit of a problem when you are relying on the output of your weapons to keep you alive. Every time you kill one of the bosses, they drop a star, which opens that little roulette minigame. Well, I say minigame, but there's really nothing to do for it. It fires automatically. But depending on the result that you get, you can access perks, new weapons, or sometimes big boosts of rings or gem drops. There's another worm. Ooh, that was close. I'm really hoping for a weapon drop because that's going to be... Okay, multi-shot exploder. That was a pretty good one. It doesn't trigger often, but occasionally our shots will create large explosions that can quickly clear out some of these big packs. Portable refinery, periodic healing. All right, let's quickly head to our starbase. We'll grab a couple of upgrades. All right, first things first, I'm gonna upgrade my regen. We'll sink a couple of points into upgrading our pulse cannons. I think we're also going to upgrade our tractor beam so that we can collect some of these rings from a little bit further away. So the large triple circles are where you get the blue gems from. They can also drop from asteroids, which will occasionally spawn and require a lot of damage, but when they drop, they either drop a ton of rings or a ton of gems. Alright, ray gun is one of my favorite weapons. It pierces through a ton of enemies all at once. Okay, cool. We're going to quickly race back to our starbase and grab another couple of upgrades. We're going to sink everything into our ray gun, which increases not just the damage, but also the, well, it actually looks like the ray gun... Oh, I'm thinking the laser. Okay. The ray gun targets random enemies. The laser is the one that pierces through everything, so I was wrong there. Okay, 275 rings. So let's quickly pop back to the starbase again, see what else we can upgrade. We're going to upgrade our pulse cannon one more time, and then we're going to sink some points into upgrading our ship's hull, and I guess we'll go into thrusters as well. Worm of Doom coming up. There he is. There's our laser beam. All right. Okay, let's run back to starbase and upgrade that laser beam a little bit. Go ahead and upgrade ship's hull one more time. You see that the laser beam got quite a bit bigger after we sunk a couple of points into it. There we go. Another boss down. 15 gems, that'll help quite a bit after this run is over. Oh, took too much damage. Alright, that was a really good run. I was really pleased with the way that one went. Let's see what kind of upgrades we can get. I'm really looking forward to getting the duplication mirrors, because these actually increase the amount of projectiles that you fire. They are very expensive. They cost 500 blue gems. But we are going to... Let's see here. Let's go ahead and sink into hull plating. That's going to cost pretty much all of our blue gems that we've got, but I think it'll give us a little bit more survivability. And we are going to go for yet another run of Haru, the Armada of the Astral Void. This game has a very small Discord, but the devs are pretty active in there, and they're very responsive to suggestions and ideas. I suggested that hopefully there will be remappable hotkeys in the future, and one of the devs responded and said that that is definitely on the agenda, so they should be coming out with an update hopefully in the near future that allows you to remap the hotkeys. Currently right now boosting is locked to the shift key, and it just seems to me that it would be a little bit more intuitive, at least for me, to have it on the spacebar. So I'm hoping that we'll get that pretty soon. So I think the large pink gems that you find every once in a while, I think they're just a larger form of the blue gems. They're worth more. I'm hoping as the game develops, we'll start to see more bosses, more varieties of enemy types. But where the game really shines right now is the selection of weapons that you can unlock and upgrade, as well as the permanent upgrades are all really nice right now. I haven't quite figured out what some of the perks do. I know that a few of them do things like create random explosions, things like that. So quick tip on the Skull of Darkness boss, which you can see in the bottom left right here. He is surrounded by all of these small meteors. And if you actually destroy the skull itself, these meteors will come streaking after you, and it's very easy to get swarmed by them. So it can be a good strategy to take a little bit of time and punch through all of those meteors before you end up killing the boss itself. Might regret doing that. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna back off a little bit and find our starbase. Nope. I didn't even see that guy. I ran right into him. Okay, we've got enough blue gems to get a couple more upgrades, so we're gonna upgrade our ship health twice. So that'll give us a 20% increase to ship health. This is listed as an alpha demo, and I gotta say it is incredibly polished for an alpha. I've played some alpha gameplay before that is nowhere near as playable as this. You can have a lot of fun in this game even as an alpha, and I'm really excited to see how this game develops, because I think it is going to be just amazing as more things go into it. Again, this is Haru, the Armada of the Astral Void by Studio Boreli. one of the tricks I've found to navigating is sometimes small bursts of your boosters are better than just holding down the booster key, as well as just your general thrusters. You have a lot more control if you do everything in small bursts rather than trying to just hold down a direction, hope that you're going in the direction that you want to be. I've also found there's a lot of muscle memory in this game because motion is relative to the orientation of your ship. So your keys are going to change all the time. So like if I'm facing left and I want to go up, I actually have to use my left thruster to go up. If I am facing right and I want to go up, I've got to use the other thruster. So that means I'm constantly, I just about screwed myself over there because I was talking and I got set in the, I boosted in the wrong direction. But after you play the game a while, after you get enough practice in it, it really becomes almost a muscle memory, and it becomes a lot easier to control. I found that it was easier to move once I stopped thinking about it, and that's just something that develops after you spend enough time in the game. All right, you can see I just killed that skull, and then all of those asteroids started shrieking after me. If for some reason you do end up with them pinned on you, the best thing you can do is boost out of it, because otherwise they will attach to your ship and just keep doing continual damage to you. A little disappointed that we've killed several bosses this run and we haven't gotten any additional weapons, so that's a little tricky, but there is sort of an RNG element that hopefully the devs will add maybe some other methods of unlocking weapons. Maybe you can purchase something from the star base that allows you to roll a random weapon or something like that, because just relying on boss kills, you can quickly get to a point, and I think I'm about getting there, where the number of mobs just ramps up so much that your pulse cannon can't keep up on its own without some additional firepower. Alright, come on. Alright, orbital flamethrower. There we go, that's a good one. Alright, so we are going to quickly kill this asteroid, and then I think we're going to try to hit our star base, so that we can get some upgrades on this orbital fire. If we upgrade it a couple times, we'll actually be able to start getting some more projectiles coming out of it. Not quite there yet, but if we can get maybe 1 or 2 more upgrades in it, we'll be able to get some additional firepower coming from it. And it'll help a lot when we get packed up with enemies like this. 300 rings, there we go. Actually, I don't know what happened there. We may have had a little bit of a bug. I had 300 rings, but it doesn't look like they actually counted. Okay, so again, this is an alpha demo, so it is possible that there are some problems with it. I'll talk to the devs about this and see if I can figure out what happened there. We should have gotten 300 rings off of that, and we did not, so. Alright, we're going to do one more round, and then we're going to bring this video to a close. Let's see what we can pull off this time. Seed of Evil boss is super easy. He only fires out a slow projectile. The only thing to watch on him is that occasionally he will teleport around the battlefield. Critical Situation Generator. There's not a way to access your perks at this point. Pop through the pack. Next up, Worm of Doom. Okay, let's watch and see if we get... Ship hull was upgraded. Okay, nice. I kind of want to see if I'll spin up on one of those rings awards and see if they're actually functioning properly. I don't know if that was a bug that is just happening all the time or if it's only happening occasionally. Okay, so you can check out your perks here. Critical Situation Generator, 15% chance to hit, 200% damage. So it's sort of like a critical hit ability that we can unlock. Alright, here we go. Let's take out the skull. Some gems that time. Hopefully the devs will also add in some variations for the different bosses that spawn. I would love to see a couple of, palette swaps and things like that occasionally. Alright, so we did unlock a new weapon. This is the EMP generator. And it creates this field that lasts for a few seconds, deals minor damage to all the enemies in the area. I believe it also has... Let's see. Well, I'm not really sure what it does. It's not doing damage. Let's head to our starbase and see what it says. Okay, so the EMP is supposed to do damage. Let's upgrade it a couple times, see if it starts doing anything. Okay, at this point it looks like the EMP generator is not functioning properly, because it does not seem to be dealing any damage to the enemies that I'm fighting. So that's a little disappointing, but yet again, this is an alpha demo, so this will get reported in the Discord, and hopefully we'll see some fixes coming up soon. So gem awards are definitely working, because we are getting quite a few of those. Shoot. Alright, let's get away from all these guys and let our health regen a little bit. Took some damage there. All right. Game over. We got quite a few blue gems, so we're going to pop one into diamond relays and increase our projectile speed, and I think we will also sink one into magnifier so that we can get a slightly larger projectile. All right. We've been playing Haru, the Armada of the Astral Void by Studio Boreli. This is, again, an alpha demo, so this is got some bugs. It's got some, definitely some tweaks that need to be made to the gameplay loop, but it's really nice. It's really fun. It's a very challenging game, but I'm really enjoying my time with it. Check it out on Steam. You can look in the description for a link to the Steam page. You've been watching WobbleRocket. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more action roguelike gameplay. You can also check out my Striving for Light survival series and my recent Let's Play of the Metroidvania Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Have a good one.